Welcome back to my kitchen. It's been a long time since I've done a Tasty Tuesday in my kitchen. We've been traveling for the past 2 months and I did not cook at all. I really missed cooking and my kitchen. So here we are back, a beautiful cold November day in the Pacific Northwest. And one of the foods I had while traveling was a pumpkin butternut squash soup. That was one of the best soups I've ever had in my life. So I'm trying to recreate it today. I had that soup in Dushanbe, Tajikistan. And in fact, all of the places we traveled, particularly in the Stan countries, soup is a really big part of the daily menu. When you order in a restaurant in the United States, you usually get the soup of the day. In all the Stan countries, there were like 10 soups available at every meal, and we tried so many. And this pumpkin butternut squash soup was really good. Now, I don't have the exact recipe of what I ate in Tajikistan, so I'm kind of making it up, which I do a lot, as you know. So let's get started. I've already cooked, I've roasted in the oven 2 butternut squash that I cut into cubes, and with those I roasted 1 white onion. I did that yesterday, and we actually ate some of the butternut squash on a salad I made last night, a kale salad. It was really good. Then I didn't have enough room on the cookie sheet, so I also roasted separately 1 whole sweet potato, the red kind, the really dark orange kind, 4 garlic cloves, and I added 3 carrots. So just to add a little additional flavor. Before roasting these in the oven, I sprinkled 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1 teaspoon of cumin, a half a teaspoon of cinnamon, a 1/4 teaspoon of chili flakes, and just a sprinkle of, I'm still jet lagged, a 1/4 teaspoon of chili powder, and I sprinkled some chili flakes in there, salt and pepper. You could add more spices if you wanted a little spicier. First time I'm making it, so I didn't want to go overboard. So here's what it looks like now in my saucepan. I am adding 4 cups of store-bought chicken broth. You could, of course, use your own. And I may end up adding more broth down the way. I gotta see what it looks like once it gets cooking on the stovetop. So the roasted vegetables I did at 375 in my oven for about 30 minutes. And now this is gonna go on the stove top, and I'm just gonna watch it until it's all cooked together. Then I'm gonna use my immersion blender to blend it all up. So we'll come back in a few minutes. Hi there. Okay, our beautiful pot of butternut squash soup reduced on the stove for about 30 minutes. I actually added 1 more cup of chicken broth and a little bit more salt. Now I'm going to take my immersion blender and blend it up. We are going to add some half and half. I'm going to let this cool down a little bit before I do that, but it's already been sitting here for about 15 minutes cooling. So let's blend it up. Okay. So we blended it up nicely. It's pretty thick, actually. It's cooled down quite a lot. And I am now going to add some half and half. A couple of recipes, when I was searching for a recipe for this, called for coconut milk, almond milk, which of course, if you don't do milk, you could use those. But the soup I'm trying to replicate did not have a coconut base, although that sounds kind of good. But I'm just gonna use half and half today. I have 16 ounces here. I'm gonna start with just 8 ounces and see how it looks. That's probably about it. I just tasted this and it's really good. I do think, however, that I'm gonna add just a smidge more salt. Whoops, that's actually more than I want, just a smidge, probably about half a teaspoon. I'm going to add some more red chili flakes because that flavor is not coming through to me at all. And I think that always gives a nice little hit. And I'm going to give about, not the entire 8 ounces that are left in here, maybe about 4 ounces. And here we go again. Okay, this is really delicious. We are gonna have this for our dinner tonight, but I'm gonna actually put it in the fridge for a few hours. But look how creamy and beautiful it is. And then tomorrow I'm gonna take the half of this to my friend who just had surgery as a little get well gift. Wow, I'm really glad I added a little bit more chili flakes. That's really coming through. And so is the garlic, but also the sweetness of the cinnamon and even the half and half. It's very creamy, really good. I think after it sits in the fridge, I might add a little bit more half and half, but we're gonna put it in the fridge and see where it's at the end of the day. So, Tasty Tuesday, butternut squash soup. Thanks for joining me. I'm so happy to be back in my kitchen. Talk to you soon.